Hey, this is a quick video on how you can troubleshoot your application using AppLiveView. Before jumping into the troubleshooting part, let me walk you through the environment setup. What I have here is a Kubernetes cluster with Tap Light Profile installed already. We can see the AppLiveView and AppLiveView convention packages are installed as part of this profile. On the other hand, I have the application. The application is configured with the Spring Boot Starter Actuator module dependency to expose the standard Spring Boot actuator information, and it is deployed as a workload in the cluster. We can see the list of workload in the cluster here. When the application is deployed as a workload, it goes through a supply chain and various conventions are applied on it. To get more details around it, we can inspect the pod intent. The AppLiveView convention server, which is part of the AppLiveView convention package, takes care of setting the runtime environment properties onto the pod spec to expose all the actuator endpoints and detailed health information. Therefore, the user doesn't need to add these properties manually in the application.properties file. Along with this, the application LiveView convention server also adds a specific label, that is, the Tanzu app LiveView is equal to true, to be able to connect this app with application LiveView. I've also installed the Visual Studio Code Tanzu extension, which enables the live updates of application while running on the cluster. I've already started the live update for the application, and you can see the status here as live update started. Let's take a look at the application. This is a CRM application for storing employee data. It exposes REST APIs to upload employee data, and it allows the users to fetch, update, and perform CRUD operations on it. Lately, we are getting feedback that the users are getting 500 errors when trying to upload employee data. Let's try to investigate this issue using AppLiveView. The AppLiveView is part of Tanzu Application Platform GUI. In order to access the tab GUI, we can port forward it on 7000. This is the main tab GUI page. In order to navigate to the AppLiveView section, select the relevant component under the organization catalog, click on the runtime resources, select the desired resource, and under the pod section, select the desired pod. You'll be able to see the live view section for the application pod. Let's go to the HTTP request page under the application live view, which can be like an entry point for us to understand what's going on with the application. We can see a bunch of requests and some of them failed here. Most of them are which failed are the upload APIs with the status of 500. Let's try to look at one of the request details, maybe go through the header information. To investigate this further, let's try to replicate the issue with the upload API. But before doing that, let's try to change the log level for our application packages to debug to generate some debug logs. We can do that by using the log levels on the AppLiveView. Let's go to the log levels here. Search for our application package and change the log level from info to debug. Now let's go and try to replicate the issue with upload API. So I'm trying to hit the upload API here. Yes, we are able to see the same issue reported by the users. Let's try to debug this issue. Since we have enabled the debug logs for our application packages, we can see some debug logs generated. Yes, we can see some debug logs generated for our application here. Here we see that the file upload delay property is 5 seconds and failed to load the file data transaction timeout. This API failed because of a timeout. Let's try to jump to the code to understand more. Yep. So here we see that there is a transaction timeout which is configured to be 3 seconds, and we are using a file upload delay which is configured to be 5 seconds, which is causing the API request to fail timeout. In order to play around with this property, let's go to the app live view again. Let's go to the environment page now. The environment page shows all the environment properties of the application. Let's try to search for our property file.upload.delay. We can see the property here and it's configured to be 5000 milliseconds. Let's try to play around with it and edit it first. The environment page helps the developers to play with the properties and see how the app behaves with this configuration before even going and updating the app. So let me try to reduce this delay from 5 milliseconds to 1000 milliseconds and override this property. And now let me refresh the environment variables once. Let's try and go hit the upload API again. We see that the upload is successful. So we can confidently update our application with the config we tested right now. So let's go back to our application now and change the file upload delay to 1000 milliseconds. Since we have installed the VS Code Tanzu extension, the live changes are applied to the application on the cluster. So as soon as I click save, you can see that my application is getting restarted and the changes are applied to the container. Let's go and see if the change is picked up from our code. Let's try to hit the upload API again. Yes. Now the application is using the new configuration which we added. Also, we can see some info logs here. And we can go back to the app live view page and go to the HTTP requests. We can see that our upload API is successful. Thank you.